What is going on YouTube? Hit it back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we have to look at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. Specifically, we have to look at the fact that most of these cryptocurrencies are starting to retest their bottom supports. And as I've said over the past couple of days, we are looking for a small correction to the upside, a very small window as a moderate to aggressive trade, which we saw and we took advantage of. And then we were expecting to see the fairly large correction or pullback to the downside, and I believe that's what's starting today, which is Monday. As you guys can see really quickly here on XRP, we have now over the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days fallen back to bottom support, retesting a very vital support level on this coin. You can see where the uptrend is, where we have retests 1, 2, we have 3, we have 4 right here. As you can see, we're back down, not only retesting our price floor, we're retesting our bottom support. So will we hold up above it, or will we correct down and go through it, is what we're going to try to figure out today. Ethereum is at a similar thing. You can see here the past 2 days, we've been starting to correct lower. This is expected. Why? Well, as you can see, we're slowly filling in this gap right here in this uptrend and getting sandwiched between the overbought price ceiling and the uptrend here. And typically, especially after seeing such a monumental run from bottom support all the way up to the top resistance, 2 grand, we're up over 100%. So it's almost necessary that we see a small pullback and a small correction. Same thing with Bitcoin. You can see Bitcoin is getting very close to getting sandwiched up in the top here between overbought and the uptrend here. And there's a good chance we'll break through this support right here and probably dip below. Same thing applies with the S&P that we'll look at. Quite interesting. There's a little room. We do have a little room to go a little bit higher to retest this major resistance, as you can see here, which we'll talk a little bit more about later. But there's a chance we could bounce off this and correct to the downside. We did say, though, in yesterday's video, you can see in yesterday's video, we talked about the fact that a golden cross is here, specifically on the S&P 500. You can clearly see the fact that it's happening as of today. We just crossed over. Today was it. We crossed the green band over the red band, which is quite exciting. But what that also allowed us to do is enter overbought on the RSI, which is not something we want to typically be in. And there's a chance now that we could be very close to the top here, and a short-term correction could come, and that would immediately break us back outside of this golden cross, and we could fall lower here. That's honestly what I think, as most of the times that we retest this overbought level, we tend to correct lower. So that's what we're going to all try to figure out in today's video. As you guys know, the background of today's video is different because I am home on Long Island, not in Florida, in my normal studio setup. And with that being said, we won't be back till Saturday, so probably Sunday you won't see a video until, with my normal background. But with that being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's episode. Super quick before we dive into today's video, remember I did drop my second channel. It's been about 2.5 to 3 months now, where I separated my crypto and finance to create 2 separate channels here. So definitely go give this a follow, link, or subscribe to it. Link down in the description. Giveaway at 1,000 subs. Like I said, we drop all these videos. I am working on one this week, so definitely stay tuned for that. But diving into the technical analysis, as you guys can see here, top 10 cryptos, we're down about 2.28%. Most of the cryptos over the past 7 days are pretty much consolidating. Even today, we're only down 1 to maybe 3% overall. And most of these cryptos are down, I'd say 2 to 3% over the day. And it's not too bad, though. This is expected. It's anticipated. I was waiting for this. We've all been waiting for this. We pretty much hit our goal. We hit the goal. We hit $25,000 on Bitcoin. Last week we were closer to 23. Even lower when we broke through our supports here. We expected to see a rally back to the upside, retesting moving average, or getting really close to that. Why? Because we had a triple bottom formation here, and when we broke through neckline, it pretty much confirmed a rally to the upside. You can clearly see this was the dump. We had 1, we had 2, and this is a third. We had a neckline of support here. We broke through, or neckline of resistance. We broke through that, retested it, and now we rallied up much higher. So because we broke through this neckline here, because we broke through the triple bottom, we knew that we were going to rally up higher. Same thing with Ethereum. Ethereum we made the most profit on because this was a beautiful triple bottom. 1, 2, 3. Broke through neckline, exploded to the upside even higher than where we originated from, retesting moving average. So we called this. We made a ton of profit on the way up. I'm super excited that we were able to take advantage of this, especially in what was a extremely bear market here. There's a good chance that these are the lows and we're not going to really head back down to this, for a very long time, maybe a year or at least 6-8 months before we head back to here. We may consolidate back down, which is what I expect to see happen here, but it's going to be short term and we will continue to head up higher. It's a necessary, healthy pullback, which is what I expect to happen now moving forward here. So what I mean by that is when you look at these cryptocurrencies, you can start to see we're pulling back. Or let's start with the stronger hands, because typically what happens is the stronger hands like Bitcoin and Ethereum and then the S&P usually influence other cryptos. Keep that in mind. So XRP is trading at number 7, right? So because it's trading at number 7, it has a good chance of influencing, cryptos below it. There's a good chance. But what typically happens is Bitcoin, which is number 1, Ethereum, which is number 2, Cardano, not so much, but Bitcoin and Ethereum usually influence the rest of the market as well as XRP, not the other way around. XRP doesn't influence Bitcoin and Ethereum, not nearly at the same standpoint that Bitcoin or Ethereum does. So what we're dealing with now is focusing on Bitcoin and Ethereum and how this is going to lead to affecting the XRP chart. And why I say this is because Ethereum is clearly retesting overbought. It's clearly, way too high up. We managed to consolidate all the way back up. We're up 100%. We're in this ascending fractal here, which typically breaks bearish. We're potentially about to have a bullish golden cross on the on Ethereum's daily here. We're close. We're not there yet, but it's coming. Ideally, though, there's a good chance that because we're overbought here or nearing overbought, there's not much more room for us to head up higher. We don't have the volume. You can see volume has pretty much been, it's a little bit higher. There's been a little bit more volume than back here, clearly. You can clearly see the volume has, swung to the upside here. And even if you go to YouTube and you look at my views, you can really gauge that people are starting to become more interested in the market. If we go back like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 2 months ago here, you can see we were getting 2K views, 1.7, 1.6. We were not getting that many views. And that's because the markets were not good. 2 months ago was like June. And June was the worst month for not only the stock market, but for crypto. So when we have these low months with low volatility, we're getting 1.7, 2.3, 1.7, 2K. People are not interested in crypto. Now we're getting 3.9, 4.2, 3.8, 3.9, more than double, 5.2, 4.3. 3.2. We're getting more than double the volume and the interest in crypto, which helps me gauge that people are starting to get more involved in cryptocurrency, which is how I gauge the market's movement here. So I believe more people are getting back into crypto. More people are getting more involved into crypto. The markets are starting to move up, which is exciting here. So I do believe that we are going to continue to scale upwards in that general direction. But I do believe short term, we are going to see a small temporary pullback. And that's what you guys have to kind of prepare for. The S&P 500 is looking good. We're starting to head up. We exploded on Friday. Today we just opened and we're kind of consolidating. But I believe, S&P is going to be hitting a resistance too. You can see where I've drawn this, where we've had kind of a lot of retests here of resistance. We've used this. Oops, not what I wanted to do. Can I delete that? No. We've used this in the past here as a means of, balance, where we've bounced off this and headed up higher. I don't know why this don't let me delete stuff anymore. It's kind of annoying. But you can see now we've also had it here. So that was the first retest. We had a second one right here. We had multiple retests right here acting as resistance. We had another one acting as resistance. So I do strongly believe this is going to be kind of the top point we can go to, even though we had a bullish cross, which is really exciting, a golden cross. And I do believe this is going to allow us to pump higher. I do also believe that we are going to see a bit of consolidation, because we had this bullish cross last time, but we were much lower on the relative strength indicator. The last time we had other bullish crosses or golden crosses here, one was right here. We had a lot more room. We were trading at 50 on the RSI, so we were able to move up higher. Here we are overbought with a bullish cross happening. So there's a good chance, or a golden cross, that we're going to see resistance, rejection, correction, and we're going to see a golden cross, not a golden cross, and then one again. Or we're going to hang out in a golden cross, and we're going to see a dip as well. So we might see a dip like this, correct us back down, just enough to lower us on the relative strength indicator, and then we'll start to rally up higher. Then we'll break higher than that and start to head up. And that's really what I think is going to influence and follow the rest of the cryptos. I strongly believe the other cryptocurrencies are going to be doing the same thing. So XRP, I do believe there's a very big chance. You have to spend a lot of time focusing on this. Tonight will be a very big indicator. Are we going to close below this support and fall, or are we going to close above and correct to the upside here? There's a chance here that we're not going to close above. We might close below, and we're going to start to see a correction downwards. Or if the S&P heads up even higher a little bit, it's not much room. We might just go like this and then dip below it. I really, truly believe we are going to see some sort of correction very soon on XRP. We're going to see a correction very soon on Ethereum, which is already starting to happen here. I do strongly believe Ethereum is going to correct down back to its moving average, retest this, and then we'll rally up even higher. And Bitcoin as well. I believe we're going to see some sort of correction, retest, and then we're going to head up even higher because the S&P and Ethereum are overbought. I believe it's going to influence the rest of the market. I don't think we're going to continue to pump up into extreme overbought. So it's a short-term healthy pullback followed by a correction to the upside. If you guys agree with this, let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinion. But with that being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe. See you in tomorrow's video. Peace.